all, welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods, and today we have Ecto Monday, everybody. So we have issue 77 of Build the Ecto-1. And yes, today we've got a lot to do. We are going to be putting on the right side fender, or wing if you're in the UK. And yeah, we've got a few other bits to be getting on with as well. Now, this is going to be a lot of stop and start recording, because it's not that I'm going to edit bits out. Is what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to stop recording to move the Ecto-1 into a better position to record, because it's so big and heavy now. I feel that's the best way to go with it with this model, because the weight is just unbelievable. It really is going to be a very heavy model when it's completed. So let's get on with issue 77. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay, let's get started. Now, as you can see, my hood is now on the Ecto-1. Now I've got the replacement spring. I do have to do another one of them rivets there though, because that fell out when I was trying to do the hull. Sorry, the bonnet. So the first bit we've got this chrome plating here. And it's asking us to put it in, so let's try and get this in all the way down, hopefully. Yep, that's all the way down. And then we need to secure that from underneath with 3 BP screws. Now I have got my Ecto-1 on a towel because I don't want to scratch that lovely paint. So I'm just loading up my screwdriver, and then I'll flip it over like so. Oh, knocking the camera there, and screw it down. So I'm going to put one in the centre hole first of all, so that it'll hold it for when I do it.
I don't know that one. Hold
it for the other ones, and that is a certain Amazon device going off for no reason. So, right, so we've got that first middle screw in. Line that one up. That's the second one in. And then we've just got the third further up here. And that's the third in, and that's that silver detail now in place. Okay, so the next thing we've got to do is we need to remove the door switch wire marked W from the wiring, and we're going to be putting this onto the car. So I'll see if I can manoeuvre this around enough so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to do my best, but this is literally just going to go into here. Make sure I get it the right way around. That's just going to go into place like that, but we do need to screw this in, and we've got this sort of plate here, and that's going to be screwed in with EM screws. So if I get and just rest that on its side for a second and get an EM screw ready. It will need to be dipped in oil. So I'm just going to slot that over. It's a bit difficult to see what I'm doing here. And I'll get the first EM screw in. Right, that's going in. I know you can't see this on camera, but it's going in nicely. So that's the first EM screw in, and then we just need another one at the other side. And that's going to hold that switch in place nicely. You've got a bit of excess oil on there, so I'll sort that out after. I just need to move this a bit closer. So as you can see, if I can move that, there we go. You can see, oh, right, so we're going to put the second one in. I'm finding these screws quite big for the hole that they've got to go into. Right, that's going in. And that's in place, as you can see there. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the camera for a second while I reposition the frame, and I'll be back in a sec. Right, so the next thing we're working on is the wing that we did in the previous issue, and we need to put in this part here, which is the wing mirror base. And this is more or less quite simple, I would have thought, fit. This is just going to fit through this hole down into there, and we're going to screw that in with a GM screw. So I'll get my GM screw in. And that's screwed in absolutely perfection. Okay, so what we need to do next is we now need to put the wing onto the vehicle. So if I bring it back across, there we can see, I'm going to put the wing on. Apparently it says be careful not to catch the wire that we put on previously. So I'm just going to line this up. That fits nicely on there. Then this has to be screwed in with JM screws. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a JM screw, well, 3 JM screws. It's looking like here. 1, 2, yep, 3. And we need to do an LM screw as well. Oh no, sorry, 2 JM screws. So if I flip this over, just like that, holding this wing in place. Don't worry about the bonnet going, I'm not worried about that at the moment. So we're going to put in 2 JM screws. Right. The first one is right up here. For some reason that's not lining up. Right, it's this wing. Right, okay, I can see where it needs to go in. Right, I need to sort of move the wing slightly to get the screwdriver in. Right, so that's the first one in, and the next one is a bit further down. Again, another JM screw. Oh, sorry, yep, JM. I'm just making sure I get this correct. Yeah, a JM screw. Because I picked up the wrong screw then. I picked up a GM screw, and this one's going just down here. Right, that's now in place. And then the next 2 screws are LM screws. So, right. Actually, I think I put the wrong screw in there. I'm just going to stop recording while I get this, have a look at this. Okay, I'm back, guys. Yeah, I did put the wrong screws in. So I've corrected that now. So the next 2 screws that need to go in are LM screws, which is slightly shorter. So let's get this bit of 3-in-1 oil. And we've just got one down here I'm telling you now, this car is going to weigh a ton when all these panels are on and doors and... Okay, that's the first LM screw in. Then we've got a second one to put in just down here. They don't like to make it easy for us. And that's now in place with everything else. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, now I'm just going to keep the framework on the on here, but we've got this very small detail here, and we've got this very tiny sort of antenna here, and what we're just going to do, we're just going to push that into there, quite a snug fit. And then we need to put this onto the vehicle, which is just going to go on down with this hole down here, just like so. And then that needs to be screwed in with an EM screw. Again, I'm going to use some 3-in-1 oil because we are going into metal. And that's secured in place just like that. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, we need to put on the front upper intake. So we need to move the car over, just like that. Then when this is the upper intake, we're just going to push that into position just down here, get it lined up. If I can. Oh, no, that popped out of place. So this really doesn't want to line up. Ah, that's why it has to go under the chrome bit of the wing. Right, okay, that's now in place. And then we need to flip that over and screw it in with some EP screws. So let's flip this over and we'll get some EP screws onto it. Don't need to use 3-in-1 oil because we're not going into plastic. Sorry, we're not going into metal. Right, so that's the first one in. I'm going to do this one at this side. That's the second one, and then we've just got one in the middle to do. And that's the one in the middle, all nicely done. Okay, right, so you'd think we'd stop there, but we're not. So what we've got to do next is we've got, remember this? That we did right back in the beginning? We're actually going to install this, and I'm really excited for this actually. So what we need to do first of all is we need to put it in place. So it's going to sit like that. In place, and then we need to use these wires here. We need to sort of use the hooks that we put on in the previous issues. and they're just going to need hooking into place. And as you can see, all them wires are now tidied underneath there. That was a little bit difficult because some of the wires were really hard to get into one of the wire management. So the next thing we need to do is we're actually going to be securing the front light and grille to the Ecto-1. So if I just bring it down here slightly, and the first screw we want to put in are some LM screws. So I'm going to get my LM screws ready. And we are going into metal, so I am going to use a bit of 3-in-1 oil. But the first one to go in is just here. So I'm really excited for this part because we've really, you know, we've had this front fender since issue 1. Now I am having difficulties lining up that screw, but I think I've got it. Okay, that's the first one of them screws in. Then we need to do the other side. We'll just move it this way. There we go. We'll do the other side. And that's in place like so. Now the next thing we need to do, we need some BP screws. We need 2 of them because these sort of braces that we put on a while ago are now going to be fitted on. And it's just going to simply go into a hole just on this bit here and secure it in with a BP screw. So that's holding. Bit of an awkward angle. Okay, that's in place. And we'll do the second one at the other side. So we're almost there with it. I don't know what these wires, these things actually do, but they're on the model, so now I worked that out now. We make sure everything's tight when you fit them in. So right, okay, so that's them wires in place. Next thing we need to do, we need to flip the it over just like so, and what we've got some screws that we need to just put in just over here. Let me switch to a different camera for that. There we go, and you'll be able to see, but we need to put in 4 GM screws. And they're just going to go in from the top there. If I can get it lined up. Okay, that's the first one going in. That will nicely line up. Right, that's the second one in for that side. Then if I just move it, we'll put the other two in for the other side. I'm absolutely sweating from this build. I'm to move this outer shell around. Okay, that's the first one in there. This is really going to make the car look really nice now it's on. And like I said, I have been looking forward to this issue because obviously we did the front grille right at the beginning, and now to see it in place is absolutely fantastic. There we go, it's shut. And that's it, guys. Wow, look at how impressive that front looks. That is absolutely amazing. I'm really pleased how that's come out. Everything lines up, which is fantastic. And yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. So a little bit of dust there, but yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'm really pleased how it's turned out. So that is issue 77 complete. Well, that's it for issue 77 and Ecto Monday, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, that was rather lengthy of an issue, and having to manoeuvre the outer shell around. Oh, as you can tell, I'm absolutely sweating after that issue, but it's done now, and I'm looking over at it, and it really does look very impressive now that that front grille and lights are on. It's really starting to look like the Ecto-1. Which is really nice. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified of any future videos. But as for always, guys, stay safe and bye for now.